Welcome back to Main Event.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Ranburne, Alabama, weighing in at 250 pounds, Brooks Jensen.
I see you bopping to that tune, Vic, but say it with me. Here comes the man from Alabama, We can say it with him as well. Looking at a true throwback, second-generation competitor, looking to finish his busy week on a high note.
Well, this is someone who has been seen on NXT. He's a former NXT UK Tag Team Champion. Last night was on Evolve. He's here tonight on Main Event. Wherever you are in the world, this man is ready for action.
WrestleMania 42 is presented by Snickers. Snickers satisfies, and by WWE 2K26, available now. GameSpot has named it one of the best games of 2026. New match types like I Quit and Dumpster Match. Endless fun with new ragdoll physics. Jump in today. WWE 2K26, the show never stops.
And here's a man who never stops. The future of Lucha Libre.
From Tula, Jalisco, Mexico, weighing in at 165 pounds, Dragon Lee.
We're taking a look at one of the world's most elite luchadors who last week on Raw went toe-to-toe with another one for the Intercontinental Championship.
He certainly did, and what a treat we've had here on Main Event. First it was Rey Fenix, now Dragon Lee, and Brooks Jensen is in for a tough test tonight. Dragon Lee, you may look at this man and say, oh, Lucha Libre, we just talked about it, but this is someone who has stood toe-to-toe with the likes of Gunther. He has gone toe-to-toe with the likes of many other larger athletes in the WWE. He's held championship gold in WWE as well. For Brooks Jensen, this is going to be a make-or-break match, I do believe, in his career.
If you go back to NXT, Dragon Lee, the time he lost the North American Championship against Ova Fett.
That is very true, and Brooks Jensen right now locked in on this opportunity. He knows how much is riding on this. If Brooks Jensen is able to pull off a victory tonight, you'd have to consider that a massive upset for that individual.
Brooks Jensen, a former NXT UK Tag Team Champion, but would love to get it done in the singles ranks. And we're talking about a busy week for Brooks Jensen. Last week, a very personal issue. Last night on Evolve with Cappuccino Jones, looking to finish this week on a high note.
Well, you know, anytime you have a bad taste in your mouth, the best thing to do is to get back in the ring and compete, try to get that out. And I thought we were going to get a clean break, but big right hand from Brooks.
As the throwback from Ranburne, Alabama, looking to make this one personal against Dragon Lee. And we talked about getting back on track. Of course, Dragon pushing Penta to the limit. Very impressive for the Intercontinental Championship last week on Raw.
It certainly was, and Penta right now has all-comers coming from every different angle, whether it's Dragon Lee, whether it's someone like Dominic Mysterio, and all the way to the outside. Lee is surprised at what's going on. But as I mentioned, for Brooks Jensen, this could be that match that sends him into a new stratosphere. You got to imagine if he's able to knock off Dragon Lee, maybe he gets a phone call from Adam Pearce. Maybe he gets a phone call for someone like Nick Aldis, because he's in there right now bringing it to Lee.
Certainly an opportunity that Brooks Jensen wants to exploit right here. The bigger superstar against Dragon Lee as Jensen goes for a big swipe. But look at the athleticism and quickness of the future of Lucha Libre.
Now, Dragon Lee better not take too much time looking at the WWE Universe. He better keep his foot on the gas in this match. A nice combination offense from Lee.
Dos Trace! And a big connection there with Brooks Jensen. Of course, Dragon Lee riding high after that incredible run with the World Tag Team Championships with soon-to-be Hall of Famer, the phenomenal AJ Styles.
Yeah, I can't wait to see AJ Styles get inducted into this year's Hall of Fame class, along with Stephanie McMahon, Demolition, Dennis Rodman, and as we learned earlier this week, Sid.
A star-studded class indeed as Brooks Jensen heads up, moving ahead to the outside. As Jensen might look to follow Dragon back in and turns him inside out with that big lariat. And Jensen looking to capitalize right here. Bit of a hesitation, only gets one. And taking a look at Brooks Jensen over the last year or so, has really become a big fixture on Wednesday nights on Tubi for Evolve. Vic, how has he ultimately grown in that role?
I think he just learns every time he gets into a match. This is definitely a student of the game. And the Performance Center, he's always watching and studying matches from every different era, every different genre, trying to be a fully rounded superstar here in the WWE.
And you bring up a great point. I mean, is there really a bigger student of the game in all of WWE than the second generation star in Brooks Jensen?
There may not be, and that was a textbook belly to back.
Into the cover right in the center of the ring. Referee Eddie Orengo says it's only two. As
Jensen right back in, and I want to get into Brooks Jensen because he's also looking for an opportunity in this matchup to possibly be a late addition to Stand and Deliver, which will be April the 4th, streaming live right here on YouTube. It's NXT's biggest night of the year. We'll be live in St. Louis.
Great way to kick off the month of April, just a couple of weeks before WrestleMania weekend. And of course, we look at Brooks Jensen having a bit of a chip on his shoulder right here against Dragon Lee. But how about Brock Lesnar back on Raw? None too pleased with the actions of Obafemi just a week ago.
Probably not happy with that. What happened this past week on Raw either. Got knocked right out of the ring in a hurry by Obafemi. You talk about a collision course. Those two are on one in Las Vegas.
Certainly going to be one of the biggest matchups we've seen in quite some time between Obafemi and Brock Lesnar. But right now, Dragon Lee slips out the back. Big connection with that super kick. And Jensen coming right back. Big strike exchange right here. Jensen going for it all.
Well, that was a nasty, gnarly landing right into the rope, so to speak. And Brooks Jensen's hurt. Dragon Lee looking to take full advantage.
Tope con hilo to the outside. As the former Speed champion turning it up a few notches right here. Much of the delight of the WWE Universe. And now Dragon looking to capitalize on this offensive attack right now. Dragon certainly wants to find his way to Las Vegas in a few weeks. And Lee!
Oh my word.
Maybe a mistake right there. As Jensen looking to capitalize right now.
And I think that's an attribute that's not talked about with Brooks Jensen enough, is his strength. He is sneaky strong, so to speak, with another big right hand.
We've certainly seen a few iterations of Brooks Jensen throughout NXT and Evolve. This very well could be the best version of himself right here.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Looking to turn the corner, maybe for a superplex.
Out of his comfort zone a little bit.
Dragon has other designs right into the trio. Whoa! Bam! And Dragon taking full advantage right here, Vic. And Operation Dragon connects.
Shoots the half.
Into the cover. And score another for the future of Lucha Libre.
Here's your winner, Dragon